Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to start the data structures and algorithm. So first thing I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Ravi Shankar and I have a 3+ years of experience. So I'm working with XYZ company. So I have created this channel just to learn the DSA and how much I have idea or knowledge on it or about this DSA. So I wanted to share you. So I just created this channel. Okay. So just keep watching and keep studying if you like my teaching or okay my channel. So without wasting my time, like yours and my time also, let's start. So what is DSA? DSA 1, it is DSA 1, that means like DSA 1, it is nothing but first video. That's I have. Okay, so what is DSA? DSA, what it is? So DSA is nothing but data structure and algorithms. So data structures and algorithm, why do we need a DSA? So any programming language, if you have a knowledge of it, you can start a DSA. So DSA require that it you can optimize your code as you want, and you can write a very you can say excellent, or you can say correct code. Okay, it's correct. You can do a correct or real programming if you have a knowledge of DSA. So DSA, D stands for data, S for structures, and algorithms, that is stands A stands for algorithms. So why do we need it? Why do we need of this DSA? So DSA, we need to store the data in well manner to use it in a very easy way. So you should follow the certain like rules or whatever the data structures topics are there. So those you can use and you can create your own algorithms with very good data structures algorithm. Okay, so now without wasting this time, I just want to tell you that for this you just need the understanding of if, else, for, and while. So these are the condition based we use, and these we use for iterations, means loop, for a loop like repetitions you can say. So this comes in flow control. So if you don't have much idea about it, before jumping into this data structures and algorithm, just go and watch this flow control in any language or whatever language you prefer. So without wasting, I want to start the lecture that. Okay, so I'll just clear this so you might have idea. Okay, so in this video or in whole playlist, we are going to write the pseudo code, means we are not going to write the actual code for this. So we are just going to write the pseudo code for it. So pseudo code means what? We are just writing, we will write the code here only, and we will try to dry run it, means we will take a manually uh, like inputs here, and we will just try to pass those input manually and just try to get the output that we are getting correct or not. Okay, so just one more thing, that you need to practice a lot for this. you need practice a lot for this data structure and algorithms, because this seems very like interesting. Many people say that this is very interesting, yeah, I'm enjoying it. That doesn't mean like if you are enjoying or you will, then you will be able to solve it. You need a lots of practice to be like a good programmer. Okay, if you, there are multiple I want to share one thing. There are many programmer or a coder. Okay, so a difference between a coder and programmer, what it is. So it can be your interview question: do you want to become like, do you want to become a programmer or do you want to become a coder? What you will choose? So I'll choose programmer because I have a reason. Do you want to become a coder? You can be. So but what is the difference in between this? First thing, coder, what they do, they don't implement their ideas, but programmer does. Okay, they implement their ideas. Okay, here coder actually they never write, they never write code on own, I can say own logic, but programmer they, I'm just writing it very roughly, so don't, just understand the what I'm trying to explain to you. And main thing I want to share is that programmer means the coder actually what they do, if they found any code on any source, they just copy it and paste it in their open source or whatever language or anything editor they are using. They will just paste it and they will just run it. So they don't look into a actual logic or how it got implemented. But programmer never do this. Suppose if even they are just picking this or just copying this from any source, so basically they will look the, is this a correct way to implement or not. If it is not, then they try to implement their code. Means coder actually what they do, as it is code they just copy and paste it and they try to run it. But programmer never do that. Programmer always prefer to write their code with own implementation and ideas. So this is a major difference you can tell any interviewer. So this can be your interview questions. I heard that sometime this got like asked in interview. So without wasting time, I want to start this lecture. Okay, I'm just also clearing this. Okay, so from where we can start? So as I said that we are going to write the pseudocode for this. So what is pseudocode, that I will explain later on. So let's, and this video is not about the actual like data structures and algorithm. This will be an introduction of data structures and algorithm, like how we can use it and how we can, you just need to observe the whatever thing I am going to explain you. So you will understand the how powerful is a DSA and how it do a magic on your code if you apply the right way. So I'll be going with a few examples in this video, and just try to understand it or just try to observe it. So next, later on we can start taking the more examples and try to give you the more ideas. So first example or first question we can say that was first program that I am going to take is nothing but question 1. So that is nothing but count of factors. So factor count, first thing, count is nothing but what? Count is nothing but number. It will be a n. So if you have a list, if you want to give a count of the element, so you will just give the count of the element count. Okay, so that is nothing but number. So what is factor? Factor, it means nothing but x is a factor of a. Okay, so now a mod x is equals to 0. If this become true, then we can say that x is a factor of this a. So everyone, I guess, this about this operator have a idea. So this operator is arithmetic operator. We say modulo, that gives a reminder in output. For an example, let's talk about an example. Suppose if you have a 4 and if you are doing it like this, so the output will be 0, because modulo always return their reminder, means remaining value. What it is, it will remain give you the remaining value. So you are learning the data structures or algorithm, that means prior experience, if you have any particular language, so modulo is just a basic thing, so you can just learn it. Okay, so before starting the count of factor program, like I want to take a more examples manually, we can say. So 12 is the number, means 12 is the a. So you want to find, you have to find the factor of a, means that is 12. So how we can find manually? Let's try. How many natural numbers are there? 1 to infinity. Okay, so let's take how many numbers are a factor, like how many factors of this 12. So 1 can be a factor of any number. Okay, 2 is a factor of 12. 3 is also there. You can take a table count, like table 3 is table, and you can just take multiplication table, you can say. 4, you can say. 5 is not, because if you take 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15. So 3s are 2s is 10 and 3s is 15. So in this the two number, so 12 not rely. So that's why 5 cannot, never can be a x of this 12, means the factor of this 12. 6 is there, 6 2s are 12. 7 never can be. 7 8 9 10 11. 12 can be a x factor of a. So let's count how many factors are there for this 12, means a. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So this is nothing but 6. The output of this course, for an example, if you have n is equals to 12, and the output of this code is nothing but 6. This is very basic. Let's write the code. Okay, simple pseudocode we are going to write. Okay, so simple pseudocode, it means that like you have n 12 and you need to return the actual count of the factor. So how many factors are there for this 12? Let's write the code. I'm going to write the pseudocode. You means you will understand how what is pseudocode. So first thing, output will be in integer. So integer data type means we are going to return the count, it will be in int. Okay, so int In the int means we are going to return the integer data type. So int factors, so it will take integer and n. Okay, so this is first. So how we can write the code here now? So let's talk about code. As I said that how we check the if it is factor, if particular number is a factor of n or not. So simple, as I said that if your n is a, n mod x is equals to 0, then that is a factor. So in this case we are going to return the count, so we require count variable, that is nothing but 0. So as I'm writing the pseudocode, so I'll be writing in a good way. So I'll take here int count 0. So let's talk about the next step that we are going to follow here is we are taking the actual number of in between 1 to 12. So as I said that how many numbers are in between 1 to 12, how we can say that 1 and 12. So can you just tell me that how many numbers are in between 1 to 12, it inclusive? Okay, so if I write like this, this mean is inclusive. Okay, so now how we will find this? So do you have idea? You know idea about it now, because it is just 1 to 12, so you can just count it with by your finger, right? 1 2 3 4 like this, and you will get the output that there are x number of, okay, x numbers. Okay, so now the basic simple thing is here. Let's consider this is, I'm very slow in editor, this editor, so just adjust. So this is your a, this is your b. So basically we follow b minus a plus 1. So what is b here? So your b is 12 minus 1 plus 1. So 12 minus 1 is nothing but, plus 1 is nothing but what? 12 only, because this is gone if you say, and 12 remains. Okay, or this is a 0, or only 12 is there. Okay, so now this is just a simple basic idea that you will require this understanding. Okay, I'll keep this side. Okay, so let's continue the code. Okay, as I said that we have a 1 to 12, 1 to 12, so we need actual real numbers in between 1 to 12. So how we can generate those? We can generate using the for loop. As I said that we require for loop, basic prerequisite. Okay, so for I is 1, okay, I is less than equals to your n, and I will be plus plus. Okay, so here okay, so let's write the code. So your I will start from 1, and it will run, or it will be a it will gonna increment by 1 till I becomes equals to 12. Okay, so this is very basic. So for this we need a if n modulo I why? Because all time we are getting the actual number in I in range, in between range of 1 to 12. So if it is equals to 0, then what we will do, we will just increment the count by count equals count plus 1, and at the end we will return outside this low count. Okay, simple. 12 example, as a n I have passed to this function. I have passed as a n 12. So count first time it will be a 0. Okay, first time it will be a 0. So now my I will gonna start from 1 to 12. 12 is n is nothing but 12, and it will be a increment by 1 only. Okay, so now in once it enter into a for loop, so you will be using your real numbers in between 1 to 12. So n is nothing but 12. 12 modulo 1 is equals to 0. Yeah, is equals to 0. So in that case, I means the 1 is a factor of 12. So we will increment our count, because at last point, at the return point, we are going to return the count. So we are just incrementing the count. So count is nothing but a variable. Reassignment is happening, nothing but 1. So count will become 0 instead of 0 1. So next time I will become plus plus, that nothing but 2. So 12 mod 2 is also 0. Again count will increment by 1. So 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2. So here it will come 2. So like this 3 will come, 4, as I said that 4 3 will come, 4 will come, 6 will come, 12 will come. So the actual and your count will become what? 6. And your function gonna return the integer 6 for a n 12. So you can pass any number and you can just check the count. Okay, so this is just basic code. So I want to take it in deep. Okay, so let's talk about this. First thing, your number was 12, that's why iterations are happened 12 only, right? Suppose if number is like whatever, like I can say that 10 0 0 0 0 0 0, so the same iteration will happen. Is it possible? Will you wait? So like, you know, the for loop, while loop, how they works, it will take each and every iteration. So this is not possible waiting for that long number to get the output. Okay, so before that we need to optimize our code. How we can say that? Optimize code. Okay, my handwriting is not much that good on editor. Yeah, in notebook I write very good. So let's talk about how we can optimize the code. First thing I want to tell you that, just remember this till end of this data structures and algorithm, that is 10 raised to 8 iterations are nothing but 1 second. Means 10 raised to 8 iteration takes 1 second to execute. So you can say that means what 10 raised to 8 means, how a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it is possible that how much like numbers are in between, or how many factors are in between this? So can you wait till this to execute all the factor of this number? No, right? So easily just keep like you can say that 10 raised to 8 is taking 1 second. So we will look into a detail for this, optimize the code. Okay, so simple, I'll just draw one table where I'll be taking the n, and I'll be taking the iterations. Okay, and I'll be taking the check. So I'll just make it a table. Okay, I'm very slow because it's my first video, and I will try to improve my speed. So just adjust for some videos, but the knowledge is very important at this time. Okay, so first thing, suppose if your n is s means single number and iterations are not happening, you are just taking for single number. So you can't say that it is taking point milliseconds or what. You can just ignore, or you can just say that it is not taking that much, it is not taking time, zero, you can say that. So if the number means, if number is 10 raised to 8, means the iteration will obviously happen, gonna happen like 10 raised to 8 only. So as I said that 10 raised to 8 iterations, how much time they are taking? 1 second. So next is 10 raised to 9. Obviously the iterations are going to start 1 to 10 raised to 9. So how much time it takes? It takes 10 seconds. So now you have a question like how 10 seconds? Because 10 raised to 8 is taking 1 second and 10 raised to 9 is taking 10 seconds. Let's calculate how we can calculate it. Okay, so now simple thing, 10 raised to 8 iterations is equals to 1 second, right? Then one iteration is nothing but 1 10 second. You know this simple math, right? So now let's talk more about this. Suppose 10 raised to 9 we are talking about, right? 10 raised to 9 iterations is nothing but 10 raised to 9 into 1 upon 10 raised to 8. See, simple 10 if you have a 1 second, okay, if you have 1 second and if you want to count the 10 raised to 9, obviously first, means for example, suppose if you are in market and you uh, bought four uh, banana or something, and it cost you 8 rupees. So how will do that? You will do this like this. So 2 rupees for each. So same thing you will do here. Simple thing, that 10 raised to 9 and 10 raised to 8 is here. Okay, so nothing but this, how this was, 10 a raised to x upon a raised to y is equals to nothing but a raised to x minus y. So in our case 10 raised to x is nothing but 10 raised to 9 divided by 10 raised to 8 is nothing but 10 raised to 9 minus 8. How much it is? 10 raised to 1, and 10 raised to 1 is nothing but 10 seconds. Is that correct? If it is not, you can just drop a message or you can just comment out. Okay, so let's talk about the one more, 10 raised to 18. So obviously if the n is that much, then obviously 10 raised to 18 iterations are going to happen. So how much time it will take? So if you talk about this, I would like to say 317 years it will take to execute your code. Simple. You can simply observe this 10 raised to 8 iteration 18 iterations, sorry 18. So 10 raised to 18 into 1 upon 10 raised to 8. So you just as I said that 10 raised to 18 minus 8 is nothing but 10 raised to 10. So it will take 10 raised to 10 time. So if you want to count this into a time, 1 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, this is very big number, because we cannot easily say that this is a this number, or this is a million, trillion, billion, that we don't know. But if you execute these numbers to find the count of factor, so this gonna take 317 years. So don't ask that the how calculation I have done for this. You can just cross check after this video. So now just observe here, till this till this point. Okay, this will never happen. No one will give you the this much number of iterations. So just think about this. Your code gonna run for 10 second at least, or 1 second at least. But majorly just remember this, 10 raised to 8 iteration takes 1 second. So suppose in any question, suppose in any programming language, they told you that your code should work in 10 raised to 7 time complexity, means 10 raised to 7 time. So you 10 raised to, you have to use a 10 raised to 7 iteration that takes less than 1 second, because 10 raised to 8 is what, 1 second. So obviously 10 raised to 7 is less than that, then obviously your code should be taking time, your code should take a less time than 1 second. Okay, this is a point. So just think about it. I'll let it is just an introduction part, so don't think much about it. So let's, how we can optimize that code. It means suppose this was your number, this was this, suppose this was a number for this program. So it's gonna take 317 years, 317 years. So are you ready to wait till, are you like you want to wait 317 years for that? No, right? So then you need to optimize your code in a different way. So that, let's talk about how we can optimize your code. Let's talk about single code. This is fact, this program. Okay, so let's take a different color, so it will be very easy to see you. Okay, so now as I said that, suppose if we have a number, that is, I said that 12. So let's talk about the factor. So if you want to make a 12 with the two numbers, that is a into b, that is nothing but your n. Okay, so for 12 what we can do, you can say that 2 into 6 is nothing but 12, 3 into 4 is nothing but 12. So can you just think here that simple thing, okay, I'm not telling you that. If you want to find your b, if you want to find your b with the help of a and n, it is possible. It is possible. Simple thing, you can say b is equals to n divided by a. So let's put these values. You have a b, means just you want to find this 6 means b. Okay, you have a 12 as n, 12 divided by 2 is nothing but 6. You are able to find this b. Again, one more example is that 12 divided by 3 is nothing but 4. Again you got find 4. So what I want to say here, if it is like this, so instead of giving two number and finding one n, so you can just take a single number after dividing to n, so you will get a. You will just take, what I mean that, suppose if you are traveling 1 2 3. Okay, I'll explain. So if you have a, so after dividing it to your n, so you will find the n. A b, b, it means at a one iteration, in a one iteration you are finding two numbers. Okay, now just remember this, a into b is equals to n is also nothing. If you want to find the b is equals to n divided by a, you will do. Okay, this is also possible. So with this help, how we can optimize our code. So I am writing n is equals to 12. So I'm using a table for that to explain it in a very good way. Appreciate, you will appreciate this, I know. Just give me time, I'm just very slow in this editor. Okay, so as I said that our n is in this case is 12, and the equation that, like I said that a into b is nothing but n, and b is equals to n divided by what, a. So here in this case I'll be taking I, n divided by I, and factors. So count of factors here we are going to take. So your n is what, 12. So as I said that 1 comma 12, so how many iterations are going to happen? It is nothing but b minus a plus 1 means what, 12 minus 1 plus 1 is nothing but 12. It means the 12 iterations are going to happen. So means it will gonna start from 1 to, it will take till 12. So first your I will become 1. So in this table your I is nothing but what, a. Okay, I is nothing but your a or b, you can say that. So how we will find the two numbers with the help of I? So let's take 1 for this 12. So if I is 1, if you divide it by 1, how, what output you will get? You will get 12, right? So here you will write 12. Next time you find 2, with the help of I increment will happen and 2 will come. So if you divide by 12, 2 divided by 2, means 12 divided by 2 is nothing but what, it is 6. Again you will write 3. If you divide by this is gonna what, 4. Again if you take 4, if you divide it, it will 3. 5 you can't take, 6 you will take. 6 divided by 12 is nothing but what, 2. And 12, 7 you can't take, 8, 9, 10, 11 you can't take, and 12 divided by 12 is nothing but 1. Have you observed something which is happening like double, twice, or repeating? I'll show you here. See, as I said that a into b is equals to n. Okay, so if you want to find, if you have a one number and if you divide it by n, so you will find the second number. Means at a one time, how many factors we are finding? We are factoring factors by plus 2. So in this case we got a factor 2 with the help of 1. So we did the same, a into b. Instead of this we just did b is equals to n divided by a. So a is already your factor, and with the help of you got the b. So here 1 and you got the 2, 12, that is 2, nothing but plus 2. So in the same thing, that 2 and 6, again you got plus 2, again you got plus 2. So now here you cannot say it is plus 2, because you can see that this is nothing but this, right? 3 into 4 is nothing but 12, and 3 into 4 is nothing but, or 4 into 3 is nothing but 12. It means this entire half part is rework or double iterations, we can say that. So instead of this we will just travel till where this 3 step we will travel, and let's count the 2, 4, 6. Am I right? 6 is the answer for 12. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay, so for this part, how we can say that we need to stop the iteration? You might have a question, right? So see, simple thing I will say, a into b is nothing but n, that is 3 into 4 is equals to 12. So if you want to find the 4, means if you want to find the b, so what you will do, n divided by a is nothing but b is equals to 12 divided by 3 is equals to what? 4. Means you are getting two elements, okay, here. So means a and n by 2 are factors of n. This is making sense? This is making sense, right? As I said this to, with the help of this 2, this will make a sense to you. If you have a doubt, you can just write it down in comment section, I will answer there if you don't have any more clarification on this. So what I mean that, see, how will you identify that the work is going to repeat again, right? Means it is going to be a repeat part, that I am saying that this part, how will say that? So in this case, see, in this case always your a gonna less than n by what? N by b. So I'm sorry, here it is nothing but b, so it is nothing but a. Okay, so it not, suppose if it is your I, means I is less than or equals to n by I. Got it? Just forget this. I is less than, I is less than, I'll rewrite this so you will understand. See, simple. As I said that a and n by a are factors of n. So a we are finding as a I is nothing but a is I and n mod I. These are what? These are the factors of n. As I said that your I and this is n by I. So if it is your, if it is your 3 and this is 12 divided by 4, so sorry, it is divided by 3, so this will 4. Okay, this will, so which one is greater than? So this is greater, right? If you solve this, it will be a 4. So 4 is greater than this. Okay, so now let's take another example here. Let's take more example. Let's put 2 less than 12 divided by 2 is nothing but 6. It is right. Let's take more example. 6 6 divided by 12 divided by 6. In this case it will gonna fail. Okay, so what I mean that you will travel the half, I can say that. Means if you have a 2 which is less than 12 divided by 2 is 6, means always what I am saying, always your I will be less than equals to n by I, then n by I is greater than I. This equation, if you want to take here, that is I square is less than n and I is less than equals to nothing but square root of n. So means how much travel you will do, 1 comma square root of n. So don't ask that is that how it came. As I said that if you have I, means at a time you will be finding the two numbers. Means as I said that this is the 4 and this is the 12 and dividing by 3. So 4, this condition satisfied. So now let's put this in this example. Okay, suppose 1 is 1 and 12. 12 divided by 1 is nothing but what, here it will be a 12 and it will be a 1, so it is correct, right? So you will increment by 2. If this condition becomes true, so you will increment by plus 2. So again now I will be 2 and n is 12 divided by 2, again it will 6, so this condition is also true, so you will increment by 2. So again your I is 3 and this I is 3 and n is 12 by 3 is nothing but 4. So again this condition is true, so you will increment this. So now let's check. Now it is 4 and it is 4 and it is 12 by 4, it is 3. So in this case, this condition will give you false result. For 4 n means 4, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So if this condition get fail, then you will increment by 2. Means the iterations gonna happen till what, n square. Let's take a same example like this for 1 to 16. So simply if I don't consider this square root, or if I consider this square root, means the how much iterations gonna happen, 1 to 4, means nothing but 4 minus 1 plus 1 is nothing but 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. Means only 4 operations are going to happen till n. As I said that if any number you got in a function, so how much time it will take, so the time taken will be square root of n. Let's talk more about one example that I have given. N is equals to nothing but 16. Let's talk how as I said that 1 to square root of n iterations only gonna happen. So again I am writing the table I n divided by I and factors. Okay, so simple, I is nothing but first time it is 1, so if you divide by 16, 1 is nothing but 16. So two factors you got, because this is different, this is different, but if you check those are the factors, so you will just do plus 2. Okay, so next time 2 will come. 2 divided by 6, 16 is nothing but 8, again you got 2 plus 2. Now 3 is possible, no. 3 is possible, no, right? So again you got what, 4. So if you divide it by 4, so how much you will get? Obviously you will get 4. Now see, will you, I'm saying that, will you increment this, means will you increment this? See, I'm writing for 3 also. 3 will not come, so I'll just write not, no increment. Okay, so now 4 I have taken, and if I divide to 16 by 4, so it will give you 6 4 result. But iteration, you will not, you can't be take plus 2, because here it is equal. As I said, the equation is I is less than equals to square root of, means simple, I'm not going to that much deep here, n by I. Okay, so if it is greater than, in that case we will get plus 2 factors, means factors means iteration will in iterations we will increment by plus 2. If it is equal, if it is equal, then we will just increment by 1. So let's talk about 5 is not there, 6 is not there, 7 is not there, 8 is there. I can see 8, and if you divide by the 2, so you can't increment it, because see, this already appeared. You have already got those factors which are nothing but 8 comma 2 or 2 comma 8. So as I said that I, you, I is less than equals to what, oh sorry, square root of n, means the iterations will happen till what, square root of n. So now as I said that 1 comma square root of n, so how many iteration you will say, you will say only square root of n. See, square root of n minus 1 plus 1, this got cancelled, finally what, square root of n only. So that big O will be square root of n for any number. So if it was 16, that's why it got 4 iterations. Okay, so if number was 12, it took how much iterations, 1 2 and 3. If 16 square root is 4, then obviously 12 square root will be less than 4, right? Means obviously iteration will happen less than 4, that's why 3 happened. And in this case the work is repeating, but it is not equal. But in this case we will stop the iteration, we will do the iteration till 4, and we will just increment it by 2 if I is not equals to n by 2, then plus 2. If I is equals to n by 2, then it will be a plus 1. This is making sense, everyone? This is, this seems very like uh, very like, what I can say, the very uh, hard or something, like for a new beginner, or who are not that much good in maths. So those people can look video again, they can pause and they can try to verify this. So finally you will be taking the iterations, that will be nothing but n. The now simple I will tell you that, suppose if you have 100, your n is nothing but 100. As I said, the time complexity is order of, means root n. So you just need to pass the number to square root. How much it is? 10. 10 iteration we are going to take. Let's take that example here, and let's check is really happening. So I'll just cut this code, and I'll take this code to end. I guess my voice is very low today, because I don't have experience of this like this kind of topics and DSA. This is my first lecture and I'm teaching this. So here, see what change we will do. Square root of n. Okay, we will be traveling till is less than equals to square root of n. The one thing here is here again I need to modify a bit here. If you are able to divide it by n, what I'm meaning that, see, if you have a into b is equals to what, n, if you are able to divide it by a, then only you will get the b. The same thing, if you are able to divide it by I, then only you will get the second. Okay, otherwise we don't want the number, because see, if it is, suppose if it is a 12 number and if you are trying for 5, is that it is making a sense to you to go inside and check and again increment or do a minus for this? No, right? So for that we are checking that. Okay, because we want to take a plus 2 or plus 1 count. Okay, so for that we have added this, and inside that what I'll add, again I'll write, if I is equals to n divided by I, then what we'll do, we will count plus equals 1, and I'll just extend the code. Let's do extend, sorry. Okay, here will be your else, condition, what it will do, simply count plus equals 2. Let's talk about 100. Okay, so simply we will talk about n is not what, 100. Okay, 100 came here, count is initialized with 0, so I is first 100, means 1 comma 100 we are going to travel. How much travel we are going to do it? 100 minus 1 plus 1 is nothing but 100, but the complexity is square root, that why 10 iterations should happen here. So let's talk about this. First 1 will come, we will check 100 mod 1 is 0. If it is, then inside we will go and we will try to find the two factors at a time, or at least one we will get if this condition gets satisfied. So this is satisfied for 1, so we entered. Let's check. Suppose if your I is 1 less than equals to n divided by I, so here you will get 1, and here 100 divided by 1 is nothing but 100. So is it greater than or less than? 1 is greater than 100. It is greater than 100, means 1 is less than 100, right? So it will come where, it will come to count plus 2. So count is nothing but now 2. Second time 2 has come, so 100 mod 2 is equals to 0. It is possible, so this will become true and we will come inside this heap. Again if we will check 2 less than 100 mod 2 is nothing but 50, 50 is greater than 2. Again this if will gonna fail, else part will work and again count will happen, that is 4. Same thing 3 is not possible, because if you do 100 mod 3 it will not 0. Okay, so 4, yes, it is possible. 4 less than 100 divided by 4 is nothing but what, 25. 25 is greater than 4 if it is, so this condition get fails and again count will go to 6. So like this 5, again 5 we can say So count will increment by 2. There is 8. So 6 is there. 6 is not possible. 7 is not possible. 8 8 is possible, right? Let's check 8 for 8. 8 is less than 100 divided by 8. Will it give what it will give? It will not give you the result. Okay, so 8 actually here 8 will get fail and we will not enter inside this, so we will leave. Then again 10 will come. So for a 10 what we will do, 10 less than equals to 100 divided by 10. So now 10 is equals to 10. So this if will get true and count will increment by 8 plus 1 is nothing but 9. So the iterations are happening till what? 100 square root of this one, nothing but 10 iterations. So have you how many like, so count will what? 9. So we will get the 9 as output. But what I mean to say that in a first code, how much we have traveled? 100 times. So if you optimize the code in the way data structures and algorithms or DSA follows, or if you follow the DSA, so the for 100 it is taking only 10 iterations. Got the You got the like difference that how magic can happen with help of data structures and algorithm. This is a very simple and cute example that I have taken. I guess I was not perfect to understand teach you, but yeah, that is pretty straightforward that I have shown you that how we can optimize your code. So if someone says that if you are you are do like giving any interview, so suppose if your n is now say big number, so will you use this code or will you this the previous code? Which one is better? This one is better because square root and n, always square root is less. Suppose if we put the value n is 100 and square root of 100 is nothing but what? 10. So 10 is always better than n. So will you go for order of n or will you go for order of square root of n? So just remember, choice is your and exam is your or interview is your. Okay, so this was a simple first cute example. If you have any doubt, you can just drop a comment out and I'll just explain you. So next example we are going to take, that is the I'm writing the example, second example here. Given a number, check if it is a prime or not. Simple, that just forget about the handwriting that I am using. Okay, so simple thing I will use here. For try to understand the question, that given number, you have a given a number, that check whether it is prime or not. Prime means what? First things, prime and composite. Okay, simple. Prime means is what? If a number has exactly two factors, only two, right? Means the one and the number itself, 30. I'm taking big example, I'll take small example. Let's talk about 5. And composite number, if I want to take, it is suppose 4. So for 4 there are factors 1, 2, 4. So this is what? 3, but this is what? 2. Put the different number 1 2 7, again you will find 2 only. But if you put 8 here, so you will find 1 2 4, so again 3 count, or 8 also you can say 4 count. So again just put 1 to 11. Let's check. 1 to 11 or 10, any number can't be a like factor of the 11. So means 11, that is nothing but 2. So if, what is the prime then? If the number has exactly two factors, is nothing but what? Prime. And composite means if the number has exactly means sorry, if number has a more than two factors, more than two, then it is composite number. So let's talk about this. How will you write a code for it? Okay, simple. I just want to ask you the code. Okay, you have a 5. Tell me the factor. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor of 5, no. 3 is no, 4 is no, 5. I will not say that this is prime, let it be. Next number, 53. So I'll write 1 to 53, 1 and 53. So again 11, as I said, 1 to 11. 13, if you take 1 to 13. So only two factors are getting to prime number, means this is nothing but prime number. So the number has exactly two factors, is nothing but prime number. So you want to check, means you have to check whether number is prime or not. So majorly, like if you use Google or something, you will see a big code for that, how to check whether the number is prime or not. So in simple way I will tell you that. Simple, we just want to return true or false. As I say, the read a question always, because it can take you much time to return the output. Given a number, just check what they have said. They have said that just check if it is prime or not. It is just a question in yes or no, or true or false. Okay, so means the function gonna return the boolean value. So we will write the code for bool check prime. Okay, and int. And first thing I want to know, ask you all, if you don't have a logic, what you will do? You will use for loop. You will generate all the number. You will try to check the count. If count goes more than 2, then you will say that this is not a prime number, and you will stop the iterations. Am I right? That is okay. Second thing, instead of that, what we can write, we have seen the previous code, that is nothing but what? Factors. So that code is also, means this code is also returning the count of factors. Can we use or not? Can we use or not? We can use inside this easily. Suppose if you have a f equals that function factors, which takes your n, and simply you will write here, if your f is equals to true, f is equals to true, then you will do return true. As I said that prime number has exactly true, and else part what it will be, return false. Is that simple? Very simple. Do you need to write the loop for it? No, right? So what, how much time, like simple thing. Your n is this, you will pass to your factor function. Okay, and factor function will count the actual factor count of this. If it is returning more than 2, so we are just returning false. If it is returning 2, means 1 and that number itself, or number itself means 13 or whatever n you have given, means the count will be 2. So in that case we will return true, and else part we will return what, false. So friends, it is making sense to you? Instead of rewriting the code, we will use this function and we'll just execute the code. This is the magic. See, majorly what we do, we use a for loop, and when we again check if count is getting uh, more than 2, then again we will return it. So instead of that, we can just make it and solve it in what, root n, right? Otherwise you would have a right, you had like, or otherwise I would have been writing this code uh, for 1 to n, means same iterations will happen. Like, then why we have optimized the code? We have optimized the code to reuse the algorithm. So whenever we write any algorithm in data structures, usually we reuse that algorithms. We never generate or create or write the algorithms all the time here. So this is making sense to you? So this will gonna take n square, and for this it is nothing but order of 1, means the complexity of this is also what, square root of n. Instead of solving in, instead of solving in n, you will solve it in what, square root of n. Let's talk about one more simple question. Tell me the sum of 1 to 100. Tell me the sum of 1 to 100. How will you solve this? So basically, I don't want that formula. There is a formula, I know. The one story is there. Goss, a guy was there, and the teacher had asked him a question on that, like, can you count? Can you tell me the sum of 1 to 100 number? So they implemented one formula. That formula I know, but before that formula, I want to ask you that, can you just give an answer of this easily? No, right? So let's think about it. You are at the fourth standard, okay? Now we are trying to solve this question. So first thing, just tell me the numbers in between 1 plus 2, in between 1 to 100, 3 plus 4 plus 5, till what, 98, 99, 100. Okay, so are you able to count? It is still 100, or you know that, like, yeah, for 100 the output is this. Suppose if I would have been asked you that, like, or someone would ask you that, like, the number is xyz, big number, so it is possible to give answer it in a easy way? No, no, right? So simple way that I will tell you to find this, just see again, I will take s equals, see, to make it 100. Okay, so again, to make the sum of this 1 to 100, what I will do, I will write written till what, sorry, it is going to return, right? Means reverse. For reverse, it is 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, let's check how much it is. 1 plus 100, 101. 99 plus is 101. 98, 101. 97 is nothing but 101. 101. So 100 plus 101. All time you are getting 101. So is there any a simple way that instead of trying to add one by one by one, what we can do is nothing but we have taken a series of 1 to 100 in one years and another s it is reverse. So how many s we have 2s is equals is nothing but what 101 plus 101 plus 101 till 101. So here 2 years equals how many numbers are this? These are obviously 100 numbers into how much it is 101. So now if you want to find the s, so it will go here. So 100 into 101 divided by 2. So if you solve this will go and this will 50. So 50 into 101 is nothing but what 5050. Is that right? So this is this actually this converted into a formula is nothing but see your n is what your 100 is what n into okay n into n plus 1 divided by 2. This is making sense. Simply see if it is 100 plus 1 divided by 2 is equals to 2 was the 50. So 50 it is 50 into 1 plus 1 is nothing but 5050. Got it? So this is a formula of finding the sum of n natural numbers is nothing but n into n plus 1 divided by 2 is nothing but n sum. Okay, so I want to explain more that about see always remember this 1 to infinity is nothing but real numbers or natural number. So 0 is what 0 is what 0 is nothing but it is a whole number. They have just defined it is as a whole number. So we can just say that 0 is 0. With the help of 0 everything is possible, I know, but this is just a whole number. Okay, so don't ask anyone right that what is how 0 is there and this. Just consider this is the whole number. Okay, so till this time any doubt? Okay friends, any doubt? So I will be continue this tomorrow, so keep watching. Thanks.